Hi, I'm Piero De Paoli, Director of Product Marketing for Symantec Corporation. We're excited because we're actually showing off our big intelligence. The first is around our malware protection, showing off things like our endpoint protection product, our critical system protection product, our ability to block and stop malicious email, as well as stop web-borne threats, and the ability to package those things all together into a single package. The second area is around our mobile protection. So we've got a series of different mobile protection solutions that we're showing here around mobile application management, all through our mobile management suite. The third area is around our malicious insider protection. We can do that through our data loss prevention, our encryption solutions, our user authentication solutions, as well as control compliance suite. So I want them to understand that Symantec does a lot more than antivirus. And it's all about big intelligence. And only Symantec has the security intelligence to keep your organization safe.
We at Symantec published a white paper on our recent findings on Stuxnet. We now have evidence that Stuxnet actually had its command and control servers alive in 2005. That's 5 full years before anyone had previously thought. We also just published details of an earlier variant of Stuxnet that we've captured, that we call Stuxnet 0.5. We are now entering close to the end of the first decade of weaponized malware. And access to these cyber weapons has continued to get more and more democratized. So what are the new trends we're seeing across those stages? Well, in the last year, we've seen a growth in the number of campaigns that use what we call multi-flank attacks. What that is that the attacking group will run multiple attacks against an organization with the intent of confusing or distracting the security teams from the real purpose of that attack. You hear a lot of talk about mobile malware, and certainly that's a big trend we've been watching over the last year. But we're also seeing a trend around malware that targets water utilities, power plants, lots of systems that are non-traditional systems. Another big trend we're seeing is what we're calling sort of the rising powers. Most countries now have a cyber command. And in fact, with the emergence of contractors that are capable of producing cyber weapons, or in a lot of cases, repurposing existing cyber weapons, most countries also now have access to very sophisticated cyber weapons. In fact, it's interesting that a small country today can disrupt the operation of a country that's 1,000 times bigger than it in GDP over cyber warfare in a way that they frankly could never over kinetic warfare. Not only are we seeing more countries enter the threat landscape, but we're seeing organized criminals act in a more sophisticated way. A lot of their operations are becoming military grade because they have the resources and now they have access to the same set of weapons. And as the number of actors in the landscape increases, the motivations and the targets have become more diversified. What was a preparation for war, or in some cases active war, could also be an act of espionage, an attempt to move currencies or rig markets. So how do we deal with all those trends? Well, in this conference, you're going to hear a lot about big data and about security analytics. So I'm going to push it a little bit and say, you know why I love big data? I love big data because it gives us big intelligence, right? That's why I love big data. Otherwise, it's frankly just a storage cost, right? So let me talk about what I mean. And really, there are 3 aspects of big intelligence that we are incredibly excited about. The first aspect of big intelligence is really around expanding how situationally aware we are, really understanding what's going on in the threat landscape. The next thing we love about big intelligence is not just knowing the outside, but knowing more about your own assets, right? And that's the ability to look across your environment, both your estate that's in your data center, but also in the cloud. That's on your PCs, but also on mobile devices, and get a good understanding on where your most important information assets are. And then third, understand who you are. And what do I mean by that? Well, what we're excited about is really baselining what is normal for an enterprise, right? What is normal for an organization? How does your enterprise behave normally? How do your employees behave normally? As we look forward, well, one part of the answer is absolutely making sure that organizations, that individuals, that countries have all the right technologies they need to protect themselves in every part that they need. The second step that we need to do is actually bring in the big intelligence. And big intelligence isn't only a problem at the perimeter or a problem at the endpoint. The truth is, every single security product in your environment needs to have those three types of intelligence. What's happening out there, what are the important assets in our environment, and what's normal behavior for us. And so what can you expect from us? Well, one, you can expect accelerated innovation with a focus on driving big intelligence across our entire portfolio. Two, you can expect newer, bigger offerings that are pre-integrated so that we can take the cost out of integration away from our customers and deliver that internally ourselves. And three, a deeper focus on partnerships, both in the public and in the private sector, and even partnerships with other security companies where it'll deliver better protection for our customers. Most of all, though, you can count on us for a renewed commitment and deep passion for giving the advantage back to the good guys. Thank you very much.